Hey there, Papa's Posse. Don't forget about that QR code. Take you to my eBay, YouTube, and Instagram page.
Everything's Archie. Archie's here. Betty's here. Veronica too. Reggie's here. Hey Jughead, where are you?
Oh, it's going to be a good one today. Archie, Afterlife with Archie. Archie Horror number 9. This book was back in 2016 by Roberto Sacasa and Francesco Francavilla. Afterlife. Don't forget, this book and others are available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe and leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought about this one. All right, let's get into Afterlife. The story so far: on a grim night, Jughead found his beloved pet hot dog struck to death by a car that had fled the scene. Grief-stricken, Jughead turned to Sabrina, the teenage witch, for help. Using a spell no young witch should dare try, Sabrina brought Hot Dog back to life. An act that heralded the end of the world and led to Sabrina's banishment to the Netherrealm. Possessed by a Lovecraftian evil, Hot Dog came back as an unearthly entity that bit Jughead, turning him into a zombified version of himself. Jughead then attacked and infected a number of people at Riverdale High's Halloween dance. Those who managed to escape the carnage fled to Lodge Mansion for safety. But their reprieve was brief, as Midge and Moose were infected and soon turned into zombies as well. Emerging as an unlikely hero, making some terrific sacrifices along the way, Archie stepped up to the plate and led the rest of the surviving gang out of the mansion and into the wide world, now overrun with otherworldly horrors. Moving across the country, pursued by an army of the undead, led by Jughead and Sabrina, the newly crowned bride of Shuhutha, the ragtag band of survivors has unearthed secrets, learned new truths, and amidst the carnage, Archie and Betty have become engaged. But one thing still remains a mystery to everyone. How did this all start? Only one person knows the answer, and the guilt is eating away at his sanity. Archie and Reggie. Archie treats the girls in his class with kindness and respect, always offering to carry their books. Reggie obsesses over certain girls in his class and gets angry whenever they rebuff his advances. Although they sometimes disagree, Archie honors his mother and father, helping them with chores around the house. Reggie does nothing for his allowance and once got into a fight with his dad after losing a baseball game. When the zombie apocalypse happened, Archie stepped up as a leader of the group to protect his friends, even if it meant making some hard choices. Moving from town to town, Reggie withdraws further into himself, consumed by the darkness secret that he's personally responsible for the end of the world. It's true what they say. No one thinks of themselves as a villain. Everyone is the hero of their own life story. I'll give you an example. Not long after the spring thaw, I found 4 horses in the barn of the otherwise deserted farm. Starving, but luckily there was some hay in the loft that was still good, that hadn't gotten wet and rotted during the winter. So I fed the horses from my hand, coaxing them back to strength. Such noble, godlike beast horses. They were scared at first, but I petted them and whispered soothing things in their ears. I told them everything was going to be all right, that all they had to do was trust me. Then I rode one of them back to camp, leading the other 3 behind me. Everyone agreed the horses were a game changer. We could load our provisions on them, make better time. Our scouts, Kevin and Ginger, could ride ahead for miles, then report back to us in 1 hour instead of 5. I was hailed a hero by the rest of the gang. Mr. Lodge said the horses might make all the difference between surviving or not. Veronica kissed me on the cheek and said she always knew I'd step up and come into my own one day. It's just, who could have predicted it would take a zombie apocalypse for that to happen? But that's just how life works sometimes. You don't find out who you really are until the world tests you, I guess. The only thing is, I didn't find the horses, and lead them back to camp. Archie and Betty did. I watched while everyone else rallied around them, slapping them on the back, congratulating them. That's me, Reggie Mantle, always on the outside looking in. Have you ever gone to the movies, a big stupid comedy for instance, and everyone around you is laughing their asses off? Except for you, you're not laughing, and you think, what is wrong with these people? Why does anyone think this is funny? Or you're at another movie, a horror movie, and the exact opposite thing happens. You're the only one laughing, and you think this scene from the Powell drill is hilarious. Why is no one but me getting the joke? Imagine that being your life, day in, day out. This one time in the computer lab, we were hanging out, playing video games, looking at porn, you know, the typical bro stuff. And Dilton, that dork, goes, "Oh, this is great. Guys, we have to take this online quiz. Are you a sociopath?" Question number 1. Are you superficially charming and intelligent? For sociopaths, the answer is yes. Congratulations, Arch. You are most definitely not a sociopath. Nah, I'm just a boy next door. Hey. Yes, I thought my blood running cold. Yes, I am superficially charming and intelligent. I mean, that's why I call myself Mantle the Magnificent. Do you have delusions of other signs of irrational thinking? I was relieved I actually didn't. I have delusions. I knew exactly who I was. So cool, I thought maybe I wasn't. For sociopaths, the answer is no. They are super rational, coldly so. Oh, hell. It felt like someone punching me in the abs. Over and over, I have amazing abs, by the way, rock hard. Do you tell lies or say insincere things? Do I, insincerity is my brand. Are you pathologically egocentric? Only insofar as that everything's about me. Are you a crazy party fiend? My nickname is 6th grade, was king of the keggers, so my answer to that would be beer pong. Do you generally lack the ability to react emotionally? Archie cries watching puppy videos on YouTube, so again, not a sociopath. Considering the last time I cried was never, I was starting to get seriously concerned. Was I, Reggie Mantle, a teen sociopath? But then came the last 2 questions, and I was saved. Are you incapable of love? Sociopaths are. Which may or may not be true, but I knew that love, real love, was Kevin. I felt it for Midge. Gorgeous, imperious, unattainable Midge Clump. Midge Clump, light of my life, fire of my loins. Get away from me, stalker. She was a goddess amongst geese. Midge. She was the last thing I thought about before going to sleep. Midge. And the first thing I thought every morning. Midge. There was only one problem. Goddamn Mason. Moose. Smash. Hey, you big dumb lug. The fact that Midge was dating the mountain of the mediocrity only made me want her more. The little tease. They were a passionate couple. They loved passionately. They fought passionately. God, could you be a bigger waste of time? Actually, no. There's no way I could be bigger. And then they fought. Guess who she turned to for comfort? Mantle the Magnificent. You can drive me home, but that's it. Sure, Midgie, you got it. But it was never just the drive home. I'm telling you, Kev, it was love. What was the other question? You said the last 2 questions. Getting to it. The last question Dilton asked was, do you ever remorse for shame? Sociopaths never feel guilt. Now, normally I don't. Normally I'm like, life's too short for regrets. But this last year, all I felt is guilt. This is completely my fault. What is? Everything, the zombies, the apocalypse, the zombie apocalypse. I'm responsible. What are you talking about, Reggie? Responsible how? I'm not a bad person, Kevin, but I did a very bad thing. The week of the Halloween dance, God, doesn't that seem like forever ago? Midge texted me to meet her at Pop's. It was an emergency. Talk to me. What's going on, Midge, baby? I'm in trouble, Reggie, and I need money, $500. Wait, 500? Midge, what? What kind of... What do you think, genius? Actually, it's probably not what you're thinking. It may be nothing. Sorry, I'm just really, really stressed out. I said what I was supposed to say. Have you talked to Moose about whatever this is? No, and I'm not going to. He doesn't have any money. I don't want him to know, since it's none of his business, since it has nothing to do with him. Please, Reggie, you probably have $500 in your sock drawer. The only other person in town with that kind of money is Veronica, and I can't go there with her. I only wanted to help. Sure, no problem, Midge. I'll have it for you tomorrow. Have what? And, what are you doing with my girl, Reggie? Nothing, Moose, baby. We're just talking. Come on, it's late. Take me home. Talking about what? How he's always trying to make time with you. I should have kept my trap shut, but then that's never been my style. Hey, Moose, has anyone ever told you that you sound like a goon out of the Dick Tracy comic strip? After that, the primal scene was reenacted yet again. And then I was driving home from Pop's, enraged. I mean, all I wanted to do was help Midge, which is when... Have you ever done something wrong, Kevin? If for no other reason than you knew no one would ever find out? Huh? No, never. How about because you were hurting and you wanted something else to hurt too? Reggie, you're scaring me. Yeah, you probably should be scared, Kev. Anyway, I was cresting a hill and I swerved, Kevin, deliberately. In that last moment, I swerved to hit. Who, Reggie? Who? Hot dog. I swerved to hit hot dog. Hot dog? Hot dog? It was the most sickening sound I ever heard in my life. Ka-dunk, ka-dunk. I pulled over, ran to where Hot Dog was, picked him up in my arms. My plan was to get him to the vet, but the way Hot Dog was wheezing, I knew he'd never make it. So I took him to Jughead's and set him down on the lawn. I wanted Hot Dog to be home. When he died because you killed him? You killed Hot Dog for no reason? I think there's something really, really wrong with you, Kevin, inside. I think something's missing or broken inside me. Yeah, I think so, too. Why the hell are you telling me this, Reg? You know I have to tell the others, right? I do, and I want you to. I want them to know I was responsible, so they're not thinking it was God or something random or something they did that brought this horror down on us. You killed an innocent animal, Reggie, and yes, that's sick, and yes, you'll have to answer for that, but you didn't. Yeah, I did. I'm not smart enough to figure it all out, but I goddamn know that me killing Hot Dog is what started this mess, which means only I can end it. Let's head back to camp, Reggie. We'll figure all this out there. I'm not going back to camp, Kevin, ever. Like I said, I told you about Hot Dog so you could tell them, for me, give them my confession. Archie, Betty, Ronnie, they've been my friends forever. I can't look them in the eye and tell them who I really am, what I did. You go off by yourself, Reggie. That's suicide. Tell them I'm sorry. And tell them I'm going to fix this. Reggie, I can't let you go. What will you do, Kevin? Shoot me in the back? Go ahead, I deserve it. I'd welcome the fact. You'd probably get a medal from the others. Reggie, see you on the flip side, he said, and then he vanished into the woods. I had two choices at that point. Follow Reggie into the forest or come back to the camp and report what happened to the guys. The inner circle. I chose option 2. You did the right thing, Kevin. He couldn't have gotten too far. We can split up into teams, sweep the area in quadrants, or we can do nothing. Reggie made a choice. We can simply honor that choice. Veronica, he's one of our oldest friends. And if we find him, what do we do then? Put him on trial? Throw him in jail? He killed Hot Dog, Archie, Hot Dog. Maybe Veronica's right. Maybe we don't need Reggie to be the best man at our wedding. Damn it, Reggie. Kevin, would you do me the honor? I'd take a bullet for you, Arch. Anytime, anywhere. Thanks, pal. Wait, guys, before we go back to camp, I don't want to tell the others about Hot Dog. It's too friggin' horrible, but what do we tell them about Reggie? That he's just disappeared. Exactly that. No more, no less. The gates of hell are open. Now, Archikins, people go missing all the time. There was this one time after the 6th grade, me, Jughead, and Archie spent the summer building a treehouse in the huge-ass tree in Archie's backyard. Mr. Andrews and Mrs. Andrews spent the summer keeping an eye on us, helping us when we needed to cut lumber, bringing the lemonade when the sun got too hot. I remember being the jealous Archie. His family wasn't poor, but they weren't rich either. And Archie back then, even more than now, was just the goofball. But still, his mom and dad loved spending time with him. Geez, Mantle, give the world a break. Is that why you're a sociopath? Because Mommy and Daddy didn't coddle you? After the end of summer, over Labor Day weekend, Mr. and Mrs. Andrews were at the cookout at the Lopez's house. We stayed behind to chillax in the treehouse, and I don't know how it happened, but Archie tripped and accidentally knocked Jughead out of the treehouse. He broke his leg, so Archie and I carried him to like 2 miles to the hospital. Everything was fine in the end. Jughead had a cast on his leg for 6 weeks and bragging rights for the rest of the year. Mrs. Jones said Archie and I were such good boys that her son was lucky to have us for best friends. Lucky, right. As he's walking away. It's 7 hours of backtracking before I see them. The army of the damned walking along Route 66, coming after me and my friends. It's another half hour before they're spitting distance of each other. My plan is simple. Close my eyes and walk into the horde of zombies. Hope they tear me apart, limb from limb. Pray it doesn't hurt too much. Once I'm dead, once the original crime has been punished, they stop chasing the gang. The horror ends. Of course, that's just my plan. The zombies, it turns out, aren't on the same page. They part from me, and they don't touch me like I'm the one who's diseased. I do the only thing I can. I keep walking through them until I reach ground zero of the contagion. Where he is, the king of the zombies, wearing his crown, of course. It could be Jughead that has to kill me. That makes the most poetic sense. But then he steps aside, revealing the dog of doom. I kneel before it. Hot dog, now Anubis, the jackal of the god of death. Please, I think, let this be the end of it. Hot dog, heal. Whew. Reggie Mantle, our dark prince. Sabrina? You've played your part so very well. It was meant to end here, but our master is not without mercy. Our master rewards those who serve him, and he has something for you, Reggie. I don't want anything. I just want this to be over. That's not true. There is one thing you still crave in that twisted little heart of yours. Midge, light of my life, fire of my loins. We'd make her whole again, and then she'd be yours, Reggie. She'd be whatever you want. More importantly, you'd be able to do whatever you want to her. Midge, Midge, Midge. Yes, please, Midge. You just have to do one last thing for us. One tiny thing. Oh, yes, God, anything. For Midge to have Midge, Midge, Midge. You need to go back to your friends. You need to beg their forgiveness. And then you need to kill their hope. You need to kill Betty, Cooper, Reggie. And then Midge will be yours forever. I have this picture in my head. Midge and I are horseback riding. I think everyone is the hero of their own story. Say yes, Prince Reggie, and Midge Clump shall be yours. You don't find out who you really are until the world tests you. Kill Betty Cooper? Sure, why not? Ooh, Sabrina and the Pussycats. We'll come to that another time. All righty. Well, that was Afterlife with Archie. Archie Comics, Archie Horror number 9 from 2016. I hope you enjoyed that little reading. Don't forget this book and others are available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button and leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought. All right. And as Papa and Archie and Mantle always say,
That was easy.
until next time, Papa is out.